Whoa, whoa, whoa. Oh, shit. So we're just gonna try to take this beam and just walk it up, tuck it in, and then come up on the other side and tuck that beam in. What could possibly go wrong? Can't think of a thing. Well, welcome back. Today's actually a really big day. Today, I'm going to start framing the second walls. And I say it's a big day because it's taken a long time and a lot of hard work to get to this point. Replacing these horizontal beams, replacing posts, picking the building up, trying to get it as square as I can. I hit it once with the backhoe. That was not intentional, but showed me the building was pretty strong. And so I've done everything I could to this point to get the building as level, as plumb, and as square as I can, meaning that when I measure from corner to corner, I get the same measurement. But I know I'm not square. So the first thing I have to do here is figure out where I need to cheat to get this as square as I possibly can. Because it's really important to get it as square as I can, because when I go to the roof, if it's not square, then the rafters are not going to line up the way they should, and that'll create some problems. Nothing that I can't handle, but I want to try to solve that here on the floor, not when I'm sheeting up above. So the first project today is to get in here and to figure out how square I can get this building and chalk some lines. I'm pausing because I just completely lost my train of thought. So, sorry. So I need to figure out where square is. Wow. Figure out where square, how square is, where I need to cheat, and then I'm going to snap lines and then start pulling pulling my plate material up, doing my layouts, and getting ready to build walls. All right, well, I did my calculations, and I was off by 1.25 inches. I decided that I was going to bring this corner here and that corner, both of those in 1/2 inch. And then I moved this corner out and that corner out. So I shifted this whole thing a bit, which now gives me 293 inches corner to corner. And that's exactly what I needed, was a square. So the next step is to start pulling the plate, getting those measurements done, doing my layouts on the plate, and then building walls. But I think because I'm starting to lose the light, I'm done for today. And I'll come back in the morning and start laying everything out, because I still have a few things to get ordered, a couple of things to figure out on these walls. The gable ends, you've got to, each stud is a different length. And then also I have 3 1 3/4 by 11 7/8 LVLs that I have to stack together. And that has to sit in a pocket. So that's got to be in the middle of, the middle of the building. So I've got to figure all that out. So I've got some calculations to do tonight to start figuring some of this stuff out. So I'm going to get that done and come back tomorrow morning. So until the morning, have a great evening, and we'll see you in a little while. What am I doing today? So basically what I'm going to do is this wall here. I don't know if you can see that, but that wall there is going to come up. It's going to go to a peak, come down and over. And that is a gable wall. And I've got to cut rafters. I haven't cut a rafter in 35 years. So I'm out of practice, to say the least. So I kind of did some cheating. I actually laid out where the top of this wall is. And when I say, let me come back, when I say cut a rafter and I'm cheating, I am cutting the rafters patterns now, and I'm going to lay them out on the floor. I'm going to mark from wherever the rafter comes up here. I'm going to mark the top of that to both of these plates. And then I'm going to measure down 3 inches for a double top plate. I don't need a double top plate, but I'm doing it anyways because it just makes me feel better. And then fill in with all of the studs. And the easiest way for me to do that is to actually lay it out on the floor here. So I'm going to go down, I'm going to cut what I'm going to call pattern rafters. And then we're going to come up here, we're going to lay the floor out. And then this gable wall will be framed all the way to the top of the rest of the rafters that will fill in between. So the decking will just go straight across the rafters, across this outside wall, which will be, it's gable in, so it's balloon walled. And then I'm also going to frame the overhangs on that as well, so that when I get ready to put up my my decking on the roof, it makes it a lot easier. Now, I actually did right here cut 2 rafters as patterns and just didn't cut them very well. And also there was a knob on this upper piece here and it threw the angles off. And you know, it's just one of those things where, not having done this in a long time, I missed some stuff. So I just grabbed a couple more rafters. These I will be able to readjust and fix. They're not off by much, but they're off enough that I don't want them to be the primary rafters. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take my measurements, and this comes from, I think it's blocklayer.com, and I'm going to hold this up. It gives me all of the measurements that I need to lay out the rafters. And for this one, these measurements here do not account for the triple 1 3/4 by 11 7/8 LVL that will be the ridge beam, because I'm going to use the 2 rafters that I'm building off of this template to actually lay out the walls, and then I'll cut the pocket in and figure out. So the peaks of these actually will touch. The final rafters, they'll be 5 1/4 inches apart, because the LVL has to sit down there in the pocket, and then the rafters have to go up against it. But for now, I'm going to work off this. I'm sure I could have done this with a lot less effort, but it really does help me get better end results. Got the bird's mouth cut. I've got my 7/11 32 inch, which is my HAP or height above plate. I have my 6-inch bird's mouth cut, so that's cut where it belongs. I've got my plumb cut. What I'm going to go is take this up, and I'm going to fit it up on up above and see how it looks. I actually centered up, found my center line in here, got this lined up, and this lined up, and I originally had thought that I was off by quite a bit, and I'm not. I'm actually dead on. So I'm going to take this rafter down, I'm going to line it up with the other one. I'm going to cut it, come back up, and get started laying out my walls. So it's been a long time coming, but I'm excited to get to this point, because as soon as I've got this laid out and basically lines snapped, because this is going to be the top of the gable end wall here, and then I'm going to come down my 2 top plates. And once I've got all that figured out, And now that I've got my center line, it's just going to be laying the walls out, which should be fairly simple, because initially I'm not putting any windows anywhere in this structure. In the fire station, I'm just going to have the door. I'll come back in later on and put windows in if I want.
1 hour later.
And I have not bothered to cut the tails on these because I don't need to right now. Okay. All right. I'm going to cut 4 10-footers, so I got my 2 top plates. I'm going to cut them at the rafter angles that I know that I need. And then I'm going to cut these 10-footers or longer than I need. I only need about 9-footers square to short. But I'm going to come out and just manually mark those, so it'll just be easier for me to do that. And then I'm going to do my square down here. My 2x6, I'm going to lay it up on edge. And then once I've got that done, then I can start calculating my my rafters. And here I can start doing my layouts and base those off of my lines. Yeah, that'll work. Simple. Well, I've got the basics with the 2 top plates here. And the easiest way for me to do this really is to snap a line along here, mark my studs up here on the long point, and then pull a measurement down. So I think that's what I'm going to do, and I'm going to get these boards nailed together, or screwed together as it were, so that I can start laying these out. So what I have done is I've laid out the gable end wall, taken my measurements, and actually cut everything. So there's, I don't know, 60, 70 boards that need to come up, and you'll see it in here. This is some of it. I just set up the chop saw and then just started going into production. So everything is marked on what its placement is, what side it goes on, what gable wall. Well, good morning. Today is finally framing day for the second walls. But before I dive into that, I want to talk a little bit about why I'm doing what I'm doing. I've had a couple of people that have come by and seen the project, and the farther into this I get, the less it looks like the original fire station. And that's a true statement. I was hoping to actually save more of the building than I was able to on the structural part of it. The facade, I'm going to make it look like it did when it was, 50, 60 years ago. So I'm going to be able to do that. But I was hoping to save a little bit more of the framing than what I was ultimately able to. So people just said, well, why didn't you tear it down? For a couple of reasons, actually. One, I saw this property early 1980s, maybe 81 or 82, somewhere around in there, when I originally saw this property. And I was just really drawn to it. The house wasn't up. This building actually was over there underneath the pine tree still. And I just thought, I'd really like to own this property, live here, and do something special with it, to try to preserve the history that is here in Phillipsburg. So that's one reason that I'm taking this project on. Another is I don't like tearing old stuff down. We're in a society today where people just, you know, something gets a little old and they throw it out and move on. And I don't know. I like the idea of saving this. So that's another reason. And then finally, I like the challenge. This has been a massive challenge, a lot of problem solving along the way, including this gable wall, which definitely had a lot of problem solving to it, but not anything like you've seen so far. So yeah, there's a number of reasons why I've decided to save it. I haven't done any framing like this in many, many, many years, and I never did it for very long. And I will tell you, this gable wall has, well, I'm a little intimidated. Not a little intimidated, I'm a lot intimidated by this. I have not framed something the way I'm doing this. And when I did frame the last time, like I said, it was like 35 years ago. So this is all brand new to me. I want to give a shout out to Awesome Framers. They have amazing content and they're just super talented folks over there. I saw them do gable walls where they framed the wall all the way up to the top of the stud, the rafter. So this top line of the rafter right here is actually the top of the roof. So you don't have a rafter on the gable end wall that sets on top of that. I thought that was really amazing to do that. So I've incorporated that, and that meant cutting rafters, which you saw me do, and getting those sized up, figuring out the beams. So there was a number of things to problem solve on that. And then they also, they finished this wall. When they stand it up, it's finished. It's just amazing what they do, you know. And so they put siding on it, they install the windows, they do all of that stuff, which is just crazy. Now I don't have any windows in the end. I mean, this is basically this structure didn't have a lot of windows, or didn't have any windows in it really. So I'm just framing the wall, but I will sheet it, and then I'm doing the soffit overhang on the gable walls, which will come out a foot, and that's what these small blocks are here. And then I don't know if you can see it. Well, I don't think you can, but it's this stuff here. I'm actually going to build the ladder for the soffit overhang. So I'll build that, and then I'm going to install that on, and then pick the whole wall up. It's going to be quite the project for me today, because I'm doing this solo. So yeah, it's just been a lot of problem solving. I'm a little intimidated by this. Okay, a lot intimidated by this today, because I want to make sure I get it right, and I don't want to drop the wall. I don't want to push the wall too far and have it fall into the side of the mountain, which is why I'm not doing that side first, because if it falls on my trailer shop. So I don't want it to fall, but if it were to fall, it would go up against that. So I'm going to do everything I can to make sure it doesn't fall. And I think I've procrastinated long enough, and it's time to just dive in and start getting some framing done. All right, we got a little bit of a problem that I've got to figure out. When I measure across the bottom plate, I'm 193 inches. Oh, wait a minute, I think I'm okay. So I'm 193 inches. And then across the top plate, I think I'm 193 as well. I think I just remembered wrong. No, I'm 194. I'm 194, so I missed an inch here. So I have to try to figure out where I'm coming up wrong. So from here I'm 81 inches to there. And then to the outside to here, I'm 81 inches. So my problem is in the middle here. I think that this is twisted a little bit. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to pull out this blocking here, which is not in there very well. I'm going to pull that blocking out. I'm going to get my measurement where I need it. And I'm going to square it up along the bottom, or I'm going to square it up. And then once I've got it squared, I may just go ahead and sheet this and then finish the top plate later. I don't know, that may be a really bad idea, but I can tell you right now that these blocks are in the way. (123 7/8). Okay, so I've got this squared up. So this side over here, that side's squared up. This side's got to go over, I'm assuming, and over a fair bit. I mean, just looking at where the lines are snapped, it's off quite a bit. Just try to get it back on the snap lines. I mean, there's the snap lines right there. And that's pretty much right on. And I'm going to guess that will line up. Let's find out. That's 124. There's 123 7/8. 123 7/8. Man, that is dead on both of those. Which means that this should be 193. And it is dead on. 193. I think I am going to get some OSB up here. Put a couple of sheets down and kind of get the wall in place before I do this very top. Not exactly sure what's going on, but I really don't feel very good. But I've got this wall so close to being finished. I just want to make sure that that I get it sheeted. And then I'm going to do my best to get it stood up and get the other two walls on it, but I don't know if that'll happen today or not. I just don't feel real great. If not, I'm going to pull the plug early and go buy a tarp to go over this whole thing until I can get back to it when I'm feeling a little bit better, but I'm going to push on for right now. Yeah, my body's definitely rebelling against me right now. It is not happy.
1 hour later.
Okay, I'm feeling a little bit better. So I'm going to keep pushing and try to get the rest of this done. I'm going with long sleeves, lighter hat. I don't know, it may have just been a little bit of heat. And if that's the case, then I can manage that and get through it. I think I forgot to turn record on, so I just set the rafter down. Rafter looks like it's in place where it needs to go. Everything's good, but I do need to take 1/8 of an inch out of either side of this, of the ridge pocket to get my 5 1/4. I'm at 5 inches right now. I don't know how I ended up short like that, but I did. So I'm going to cut 1/8 inch out of either side. I'll probably cut a little bit more than that, so I give myself just a touch of wiggle room, and then I'll fill everything in and, you know, get it stabilized once once I can get the ridge in there. But he's getting a job done. That's all that matters. Hey, good morning. It's been 4 or 5 days since I finished up on the last one, and you saw that I was pretty exhausted and tired. But it turns out I got a little bit of heat stroke, and I didn't really realize it until later in the day, or after I shut the camera off. But I did get a little heat stroke. So today I'm going long sleeves, light colors instead of short sleeves and a dark colored hat. So hopefully that will help a little bit on staying a little cooler. But today I'm ready to raise this wall right here. Let me get out of the way. Get my shadow out of the way. I'm going to make the overhangs. I'm going to finish throwing down the coverings, get those done, and pull some more stuff up here. So as you'll see down here, there's a bunch of wood and there's plywood. Well, all of that needs to come up. So I'm going to load up the tractor with material. I'm going to bring it up here, get the material populated for the walls, these side walls, so that when I stand this, I can immediately start building the walls. And you'll see that I've got some stops over here because I've never used these wall jacks before, so I don't know how they're gonna, if the wall's gonna slide or what it's gonna do. So I wanted to make sure that this wall doesn't tumble over onto the side of the mountain, which, as I said before, is the reason I'm doing this end instead of doing this end over here that is up next to the trailer there, my shop. So I was really hoping for a little less wind, but that's not happening today. So just hope it doesn't get too bad and keep me from standing these walls yet again. So, but for now, let's get these built. Unfortunately, the wind is picking up, which I really don't need. I gotta get these walls up. I had checked the weather. It's not supposed to be cloudy. It is. It's not supposed to rain, and it might. So I'm battling the weather a little bit today, and I gotta admit I'm a little frustrated because this scares me to pick up this wall anyways, and in the wind it's even worse. So I don't know, the wind's coming this direction. I'm hoping the shear force on the wall doesn't push it over or do anything stupid, but I gotta try to get this done. I'm running out of time. So let's see if I can get this wall up. Should be an adventure. Okay, well, I went and grabbed some 4-ton jacks. I'm gonna screw this off and pick this up, slide boards underneath it. That should work. In theory, it should work. Now, the only good news about not being able to pick this up is I think it's going to be less affected by the wind. Oh yeah, coming right up. Perfect. There we go. Well, that goes all the way down like that. not sure that I'm doing this right. Well, this is a little perplexing. But I knew how this worked. Evidently I don't. Okay, I don't know if you can see it, but before I had this coming down underneath here and it wouldn't grab hold. Now it will grab hold. So I can stand this up. I think once I get this figured out, it's going to go pretty well. But I'm not to the figured out part. That's underneath it. That's a win. All right, well, I can't begin to tell you how excited I am about getting this wall up, man. I'm tired. It's been a long time coming. The winds died down and it's coming back up, but I think with the wall's going to come up pretty quickly, and I'm probably going to need a ladder now that I'm thinking about it. But I'm going to get this up a ways, go underneath it, throw some braces in it that I can walk up the wall, and hopefully, if everything goes the way I want it, we should have a wall stood here in a few minutes. Try to get it much higher. Whoa, whoa, whoa! I was afraid of that. Man, I don't know how to do this without messing this wall up. This is a problem. This wall just slid out, and I'm just not sure what I ended up with. So let me try to see what I've got here. Okay, I'm not sure if I had any sound there, but basically the wall just slid this direction right up to the edge, and so I'm gonna put one of these at the very top with some timber locks on it. So with those timber locks, that wall's not gonna keep coming this way, and I should be able to stand it up and it should rotate almost into place, and then I can work it in once I've got it stood up. But I was afraid that thing was going to move on me, and it did. So let's get this fixed. I'm going to go put those blocks up, and I'll be back in a few. All right, I got that brace on in the back, and then I realized that this pump jack 1 is going at an angle because the wall moved, and 2, there are wall studs right in the middle of them, so I'm going to raise this up a little bit, release some of the tension, put them down, slide it over, get it off the stud. There we go. Okay, that worked. Okay. All right. Feels like it's in the right place. All I know is I can't get under this thing because it could end up coming down on me. Boy, I'm going to tell you, this is a lot harder than I thought it was going to be. There's definitely a learning curve. I think. I say I think. I'm not really sure. But I have a little bit of confidence that this wall's ready to start coming up. So here we go. Seems to me that if these get out of line much, they just don't want to go up. Supposedly, as this goes up, this should hook on under the top plates. Supposedly. This is sketchy as hell. See, the problem is this wants to be at an angle, and I can't run it at an angle. I'm gonna run it straight up, meaning that it wants to tilt this way as it goes up. I decided I'm going to trap this with some blocking. because as this goes up, it's going to tilt out. And I don't want the inside sweeping in. So if I trap it with some blocking, I should be in pretty good shape. Really kind of got this to the place where it can't go anywhere. I mean, I guess there could be a failure, and it could, but from what I'm doing, this should be locking it into place. And this whole wall has moved that direction. I'm not sure how I'm getting that back. Well, I know it's going to require a sledgehammer. You know, I wonder if it would be easier to move this that way now. I'm going to take the sledgehammer and find out. Moved it a little bit. Let's keep going. So, starting to get to the point where I'm kind of in the danger zone. I'm going to have to get on a ladder, and that ladder will be in the arc of if this thing were to come down. I don't know how happy I am about that, but I'm not really sure how to make that okay. I may take these pieces down here and nail them up in here and let them drag and slide. And if anything happens, then they'll grab, but I'm just not sure. I'm gonna go down and get some blocking to kind of move along with this wall as it goes up. I just keep pausing because I want to make sure I'm not missing anything, because now I'm to the point where if it comes down, that ladder will be inside of the arc of where it comes down, which means it'll throw me off the roof. I don't want that. So I'm being extra careful. I know that this is taking a lot longer to do it this way, but I feel so much better having these braces up so that as I bring the wall up, I've got 4 points or 3 points where I'm getting some support. It's going up slow, very slow, but it is going up, and that's what matters. Oh shit. Well, that was not good. All right. I think I'm up far enough now that I'm ready to start moving the wall by hand. Hard for me to put in words how excited I am to have that one wall up, because I learned a lot, an awful lot, and I'm going to make some cuts and do some things that will help me get the other wall up and get it up straighter. But for tonight, I'm exhausted, I'm happy, and I'm finished. So thanks for joining me. Tomorrow we'll get some more walls up. I've got tomorrow and the next day, so tomorrow's Tuesday and Wednesday, and hopefully what I learned today on this wall, that I will be able to get the other wall up pretty quickly. Well, not quickly, but quicker, without all the binding and the craziness that I had on this one. So have a great evening, and we'll see you in the morning. Bye now. Oh, good morning. It's day 2 of 3 days off in framing. As you saw, we got the wall up yesterday, and today we're going to do these 2 side walls, do this gable wall here, stand it up, try to get 2 side walls done. I doubt I'll get everything done today, but I learned a lot yesterday. And one of the things I learned was, you can see the marks up there, up here where I had the jacks, and they were at an angle and they bound up really bad. So I'm hoping that when I lift this wall, it won't bind up and it will go much easier. So one, that's a hope there. If it does go up easier, then I'm going to build a little flat on top over here in the corner that will allow me to raise the wall up when I do the other one. Because that binding yesterday, just a lot of hammering, a lot of time, and if I can just jack and go, that would save me a huge amount of time. So that's one of the things I'm going to test out today. These 2 walls should be pretty quick and easy. I say quick and easy, this take me forever to do it. But they should be quicker and easier to do, because this back wall is just a straight studded 8-foot wall. And this wall over here will have a door in it. And then the rest of them are just straight studded walls. So I'm truly hoping that today goes a lot faster. And with that, let's dive in and get to work. So here we go. This may turn out to be a bad idea. I'm going to try to stand this wall. See if I can get under this. Oh yeah. Look at that. Ooh, yes. Okay. Man, that saves so much time. Oh my gosh. Okay. So this has got to go a couple more inches. That's pretty much it. So I'm going to get on my line down here, nail that. I'll come and brace this and get on the line where I need to be. Okay, man, this is huge. That is massive, being able to pick that wall up. That is right on. It's time for lunch. All right, well, I've done a little bit of cleanup and rearranging, and I've started to get the walls laid out, and for the walls laid out for the other gable, and I'm going to try to finish that up today, get it sheeted, get it ready to lift tomorrow morning, and then I've got if I can get this done tonight, then lift this tomorrow, build 2 more walls, framing's done, and then I actually have beams coming tomorrow afternoon that go in these pockets. So if I can get that ready to go, that would be spectacular. So I'm going to get started. I've got part of this next gable wall framed. It's late, I'm tired, and I am going to call it a night, and I'll come back tomorrow, get the rest of the framing done. I've got some help coming in. I'm going to get this gable wall finished, get it stood, 2 side walls, and then everything will be framed. So I'm excited about that. Until tomorrow, have a great evening, and we'll see you in the morning. Oh, good morning. Actually, probably afternoon. I haven't done a lot of videoing this morning. I'm just doing the gable wall. The other one, you see me do that. But we do have the LVLs are being delivered today. You can see down here that those LVLs are going to go up here, and that should be interesting. How I'm going to get them up there, I'm not sure yet, but at least I've got, I've got them here on the job site. All right, well, the LVLs are here. It was an interesting way to get them unloaded, but it worked. I'm going to shut this off. I'm going to finish sheeting the gable wall, grab a little bit of lunch, and then start standing this here in a little while. So I'll be back. All right, we're going to go ahead and start raising this wall up. I didn't film it. You guys saw me do this on the last one, but I've put the decking on, or the wall sheeting, and then we put the bar rafter on, And then what we have done, you'll see here, is yesterday I had the jacks kind of at an angle here, and they bound up really bad, so I created this little flat set. So the jacks, so that now when the jacks go up, they'll go up at the same angle. And that should make them go up quite a bit quicker. Plus, we have two people here. Richard, say hi.
Hi.
And then Tom. Tom is back.
Tom's back.
Tom's back. So somehow he keeps getting screwed into doing this stuff. So I'm going to get this other camera set up, and we're going to start jacking this up, and hopefully it goes well. We'll see. Go.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Push. Okay, Tom.
Yeah.
Step away.
I could go further, but
No, we're good.
okay.
We're good.
We're in a brace.
Okay, no, not yet. All right. Richard, push.
Yep.
Okay, brace. Okay, that one's on. This one is on. Oh, that was recording. Yeah, it's been recording. Tom, all this stuff is fine though. Over here.
Sure.
Yeah, because we're gonna, basically what we've got to do is we've got to come in,
Go that way,
probably,
and then because we can't come this way because it won't cover that, right?
well, is there,
So we're gonna have to come
go to the
this
corner.
way. No.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you're
we're
right.
gonna have to come this way first, and then lift it up and over here.
Yeah, go to the corner. That's 18 feet.
Yeah.
So it's got to come.
So if you
It's got to come. So here's what it's got to do. It's got to come in to here, and then swing around and just raise it up.
yeah, that's right, but I'll be that. So if you come in with the tractor at this angle, right?
Yeah,
Then we'll
as
be up.
much as I can.
Yeah.
It's just partially, we just can't get a good angle on this. You realize that the three of us have made more progress in like 3.5 hours than I have in 2.5 days.
It's just gonna be a bitch to try and cheat that thing in the dark.
I'm just really tired.
Yeah, we're just gonna hurt ourselves. I can get the 1640. You want to attach that to here, and let's put down the brace again that I took off, and then I'll put those plywoods on top of here, lay it flat.
No,
and
no,
then-
I don't care about that. Just I'll fucking deal with it later. So, all right, let's.
Tomorrow morning, where you go to work?
Good morning. It's a new day, and I had Richard and Tom over, and it got dark on us. We got in a hurry. I got in a hurry. I made some mistakes. Basically, I built this wall wrong. I framed it wrong. I had the studs in the wrong direction. And I didn't get this wall squared up. So this morning, off camera, I've been working on getting it fixed. I just came up and got started and just kind of stayed with it. And what I had to do was I had to basically shave down this stud. You can see how it gets narrower up there so that I could get it to fit in. I just had it too tight and it cocked a little bit this way. Now I'm still on plumb over here in this corner, so that works, but I needed to fix that. And you might say, well, that's bad, but it's really not, because I actually missed a stud. I missed a stud down in here. So this is my layout stud right there. So you'll see that it's there and down there. So I've got to add one more wall stud. And so this right here really doesn't mean anything. So it won't be load bearing off the roof. So it was about an hour and a half wasted, but that's okay. I'm not a framer. I'm gonna make mistakes and just fix them and move on. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get this wall squared up. I'm gonna get it framed, and then I'm gonna stand it up. And once I get that done, then I'm gonna come back and talk about putting these beams here up there. All right, this might be a monumentally bad idea, but here we go. Yeah. Woo. Yes. Okay. This wall's off the ground. Not sure what's going on yet, but the main thing is I wanted to get this in place. I'm a little perplexed why I'm so far off up here. That doesn't make a lot of sense to me. So I'm going to have to figure that out. But man, I've got 4 walls up. Okay, that's on. Let's see what's going on here. Okay, so that's on. This gap doesn't make any sense. And it might be, there's a gap right here, and that may very well just be a function of the old building and the way everything is setting. And this may be off the ground here still. I think it is, because as I look at this, that's plumb. And that needs to come down. So I think this is off the ground a little bit, and it needs to come down. But I'll figure that out in a minute. Oh man, that sucks. So This whole wall is actually racked a little bit. Doesn't seem to be plumb. And that, I mean, it's within the bubble, but it's still off just a touch, which means that I'm probably going to have to get this so that it matches the outside wall up top, and it's going to be out of plumb. So now I've got 194 on both corners, and I'm hoping it's square, but it should be square. At this point in time, I know that this is off a little bit, kind of this way on this wall, probably about 1/8 of an inch. But for the way I did it, I'm not completely unhappy with that. So the next issue that I have is this wall over here is not right. So I've got this wall right, and now I've got to get this figured out. So for now, I've just got some ciphering to do. So I'm going to turn off the cameras and figure out how to fix this here, and then I'll be back and tell you what I did. All right, well, there's a high spot in the floor right here, and it's creating some issues over there. So Tom and I are going to bring the wall down, and we're going to bring the wall down, and then I'm going to plane this off over here and get this so that it'll lay a little bit flatter, and that should help us out. Okay, so we brought the wall down, and Tom actually had a great idea. We're about 1/2 inch low on this corner, and there's a big opening down there. So Tom said, let's just jack the building up, which we did. We brought this up, and I believe we now have this corner up high enough where this wall will now be plumb. And when we put this wall back in place, it should fit better. And the wall shouldn't fall all the way out. Famous last words. Shouldn't. Okay.
What could possibly go wrong?
Exactly. What could possibly go wrong? On 42. Ready? Let's lift. Ah! I don't think I can make the same noises. Yep, we're good. Let's keep going.
I'm good here.
Okay.
Although it's
What are you?
It's riding up on this end.
What are we hitting, Tom?
Floor plate's not going down.
Okay. All right. Let's come on back down.
Tell you what, I can hold it if you want to walk around and take a look. I got it.
You got it? You sure?
Positive.
All right, let's do this. Let's stand it up a little bit more. Let's just keep going.
It's buttoned up against over there. It's climbing up.
Okay, have you got it?
I got it.
Okay. What are we?
That did it.
Got her, Spanky. All right, hold on, Tom.
I'm not here yet.
Okay. Come back over here. Oh, you got that? Beautiful. Okay. All right, trade me spots. You know, the only thing I miss is I didn't get to make all the noises that I did the first time I lifted.
Get that in later.
Yeah. Because I will tell you, the lifting noises the first time were pretty special. You know what comes now? Beams. Okay, so I don't know if you can see them, but there are 3 20-foot LVLs that belong up in these pockets. And so now we have to figure out how we're going to get them up there and placed and center in between the floor, and then set the walls up so we can do the rafters. So yeah, we got a little bit of work. We're going to turn the camera off, do a little bit of figuring, and we'll come back with some ideas here in a few minutes. We built this platform, I don't know if you can see it, but it's at 8 feet tall. And then we're just going to try to take this beam and just walk it up, tuck it in, and then come up on the other side and tuck that beam in. Don't know if it's going to work.
It'll work.
It'll work. What could possibly go wrong?
I can't think of anything.
Can't think of a thing. So Tom, why don't you work this from down here and make sure that beam doesn't come off of that pocket right there, and I'll walk the ladders. So, all right, ready?
Well, hang on, let me move the ladder so I can push up with you.
Okay, push. Okay, don't let it come back. Okay, you got it?
Got it.
Okay. What could possibly go wrong?
It wants to slide back, but
Okay, you ready?
ready.
Oh, hold on. Okay, Tom, can you go grab the ladder and move it?
Yes.
Come underneath me. Go. Go. I got it. Move the ladder. Come up the ladder. Help me out. Okay, you got it?
Kind of. So it's up against the wall.
I know. We got to come out.
Okay.
Okay. Have you got it?
I think so. It's all you now.
Okay, get out of there. Fuck. Okay, come back over. That's good. What could possibly go wrong? Okay, now Tom, what I want you to do is give me some short blocks and 4 screws, and I'm going to screw this onto this side, so now it can't come down. So I'm thinking we build this other platform on this side.
You think we're really gonna need a platform?
Yeah,
Okay.
because I barely got these in, and these other two won't slide in. They won't slide in. They've got to go over the top.
Oh. Can that slide up there?
Nope.
Well, the second one might, but yeah, beyond that, no.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, it's got to go over the top.
All right, so I'm going to turn the cameras off just because we're just going to build a platform real quick like we did here and then get this up, and we'll be back in a minute. Okay, we got the other platform built, and now we're going to get both LVLs up, and once we get them up, then we're gonna climb up and try to set them. And the theme of this project is, what could go wrong? What could possibly go wrong? Okay. All right, have you got it?
I got it.
Okay, can you walk it over to me? Yep, you're gonna go down. And then, hold on, Tom. Okay. Oh, fuck, I don't have it. All right.
Barely.
This is the problem I was afraid of.
Right.
Okay, so now I'm gonna come up. See, we're locked in. I'm gonna try to come up high enough, Tom. Let's do this. Let's see if I can. Nope. Okay. Tom. I'm thinking, Tom, go on up. Can you get up?
Yeah.
No, no, okay. Yeah, you're gonna push it off this side.
Okay.
So, Tom, no. You're gonna get on that side of it. You're gonna have to come up and see that flat spot? You're gonna have to go up on that. And then I'm gonna come up, and once you're on that flat spot, come under it, and then I'm gonna slide into here, and then you're gonna set in. All right, hold on. You got to let me get a hold of it first. Okay, all right.
Need another half inch.
What's that?
I need another half inch.
Can you come up?
No, it's in this.
Okay, hold on. All right, you ready? You got it? Okay. Hold it. Come back to you. You got to come back to you.
To me?
Yeah, I got to have room. Yeah. Okay.
Coming down on the flat spot.
Okay, hold on. Don't go to the flat spot. Can you pull it? All right, let's do this, Tom. Pull it to you a little bit. Okay. Now, can you, I've got it. Can you pull it towards the center and then change sides? Okay, go ahead and, Tom, are you okay?
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay, slide it up. There you go. You're on the wrong side.
What?
You're on the wrong side. Ah! Don't let it come to me. Now push it to me. All right, you're about to drop in.
Okay.
Push it to me and you drop in.
I'm dropping in. That was not the right way to do it, but we got it done.
What a mess. Okay, so we can get this beam on that angle. And then the problem that we're going to have, we're going to need to go one more bay over because I actually dropped the LVL about that far down. But we really need, I guess if I screwed it on the front here, let's do that. Here, let me have that.
I don't know how, but if we can get this beam this way. Instead of this way, we go this way.
Actually, I like the idea of, we'll just lay this one flat.
Put it up on that.
Yeah.
Oh, I like that. And then we can get this over there and just slide it in.
Think we can do that, Tom?
Yeah.
Yeah, what the hell? 3 beans, 3 different ways.
Right?
Problem is that that's a pretty good reach.
That's okay. No, it's not.
And I'll get over, I'll come up over here.
Okay.
And then you go up here. All right, so we're going to go up flat.
Flat. Bring this up on there.
Yep, okay. Okay, I'll go up on the ladder. What could possibly go wrong? Okay, here we go. Push. All right, keep pushing. Hold on, hold on.
I got it.
You got it? Oh, but we're here, hold on. We're coming off. Let's walk it up. Oh, good. What's sweetling? No, no, no.
More, it's all you. Oh, hang on.
What? Oh, shit.
That's why we need to slide it. I need the big one.
Can't have the big ladder. All right, hold on, Tom. Hold on, hold on.
Hold on.
Here, you just hold that there. And okay, can you move up that ladder?
Yeah.
Tell me when you're on the platform.
Okay, it's on.
Okay.
Okay, I'm good here.
Okay. So, what I'm thinking here, Tom, is, and at some point, you need to maneuver to that side. Okay. We're going to stand this up. Okay. All right, hold on.
Got that?
All I want you to do is to get it in your spot.
Gotta come to you then.
Okay? You tell me what you need. Okay, are you in? Okay. Hold on. Sorry. All right, come to you. Hey, Tom! 3 beams. What could possibly go wrong?
And that last one was the way to do it.
That was the way to do all 3. Let's take them down and do them again.
All right.
You got it? You good with that? We'll just take them down and do them again.
You know, it's for the video.
I mean, yeah, it's for the video. Okay. Yeah, right. You can all kiss my ass. We ain't doing that again. Dude, this is...
How does that feel good?
Yeah, I got to tell you, I'm beyond psyched.
If I wasn't flying tomorrow, I'd be drinking tonight.
Yeah, we've earned it, man. All right.
Guy that's acrophobic, helping you out with the beams.
I know.
Yeah, it's good post here.
Yeah, he does not like heights. Just so everybody knows what kind of a sacrifice that was. This is not a lover of heights here. But we got it done.
Yeah.
Dude, that is... Okay, that's it for tonight. Beams are up. The next step is straighten walls, get the beams laid together, lay everything out once the walls are straight, and then, yeah, it's putting roof stuff on. So for tonight, we're finished. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye.